I really playing this song? It's like so 1990. Sit down, you were so crazy. Welcome. Happy Wednesday.
What you know about this? Guys, you know what today is? Wednesday is Hump Day.
It's what?
Hump Day? No?
He had his amp this morning. What's up, Stacy? What's up, what's up?
So.
Okay. Can this episode get any more cheesier?
Oh yeah, we can. We can take it up a notch. I'm sure we can.
All right, turn that off.
So guys, thanks for jumping back on. We are
crazy.
We're a little bit crazy, but we're rolling through. My name is Paul. This is Lynette. And you guys want to connect with us outside of Periscope. If you don't know who we are, find us on Facebook. You can see our Facebook names on the Periscope description.
No, I'm not bringing on the cheese. I can't take it anymore. Oh my God. So, if you're just now jumping on, welcome. I mean, I can't tell you how many people jump on our Periscope broadcast. Thank you so much for spreading the word. We haven't even done any advertising whatsoever. It's all you guys. So thank you.
You know, I hope that's because you guys are finding value. I hope that's the reason, because Periscope's a free format. I mean, there's no sponsorships, there's no money involved. We just want to get the information out because we want everyone to rise together. We know that the stuff that we talk about works. We've seen it. People are implementing it and showing up pretty good.
He is so wide. Like I gotta go sideways because it's.
I need the lens thing to widen out the deal. Anyways, we're gonna add some more value today because we're gonna layer on some training that we've already talked about, and we just want to make the most of our time. So we're gonna get right into it.
Yeah, we're also giving away a box of E+Shots today.
Yeah.
And I want to give a shout out to Miss Carly Krueger. Hopefully I'm pronouncing your name right. She gets the bottle of product B, and we still have so many more messages to get through. But the reason she won is actually the reason of this episode, and I want to give you guys a helpful tip on how you can increase and shift your business again. So, did we figure out what are they going to do with this?
Are you going to drink it?
Well, no. How are they going to win? What do they have to do?
We're still working on that part. No, of course. We have so many things in place that we're going to...
Unless y'all want a copy of the Magic. So it's either the Magic or E+Shots, or maybe both.
Ooh, what's up? You don't even know what's going to arrive at your house.
Okay.
So, here we go. We're going to talk about a couple things. It'll probably be a little bit shorter. We'll recap from yesterday in case you guys just joined us. We've been talking about the 2-week turnaround. We've been talking about the rule of 5. And
remember, yesterday we talked about lessening, if you will, or stop using Instagram just because of the fact there isn't true, authentic connection and a team-oriented type of atmosphere within Instagram. So if you are a start your life, you guys really love the Instagram, and we get that. Many people are Instagram, and that's not to say that's not great for friends and family, but to make authentic connections and business transactions, it's just not near as effective as Facebook. So we're telling you all to come back over here to Facebook.
That's the key phrase. How effective is it? We just want to maximize our efforts. So yeah, that's all.
Okay, so another tip for you guys: detoxing from Instagram. Yeah, it's a transition, especially if you've been really Instagram addictive. It's important that you come back to Facebook just because of the connections, and with us teaching you about the product page, business pages, all your team efforts are over in Facebook, and it's just an extra step for you guys to add people over to Facebook from Instagram. But we went over into that detail yesterday, so hopefully you saw that episode. And also, quick reminder for brand new people that are jumping on Periscope. It's a brand new platform, so it acts a little wonky. That's our scientific term. So if you get disconnected, no worries. Just find Global Executives on Twitter. So go to your computer or laptop and you can watch the replay so much more smoother on your computer. So that's a tip for you. So today...
Well, today we're going to go into the product page, and we're going to go into a few things about...
yeah, because y'all are getting this wrong. I'm getting so many questions after questions after questions about the product page, and even those that do have the product page, you're still not doing it right. And we want to help you and kind of fine tune and tweak. So a little tough love, and maybe we can help you increase the business aspects of things.
You know, but this is nothing negative. You know, seeing the feedback and adjusting along the way is exactly what it'll take to get to your ultimate end goal. So that's the only way to get to a goal, is to try stuff.
No, it's still for 24 hours. But Twitter is, Periscope is owned by Twitter. Yeah. So they're hand in hand.
So the only way to do it is to try stuff, see what works, see what doesn't, and adjust accordingly. So that's what we're going to go over the product page today. We're going to go a little bit over language and what it means to be a responsible leader, somebody who takes responsibility for, you know, making things happen and making sure that the message that's coming across is the message that's being received.
Guys, so there's a question at the bottom that says, where can we go to look at episodes being missed? Periscope is just that. It's a platform that offers live, free stream training, or it's live stream, but it's only available for 24 hours, so you got to jump on real quick and watch it. Okay, we don't save our episodes. So we're on episode 60. So if you've
60,
missed,
yes.
if you've missed any of our episodes, you've been missing out. But don't worry, we layer everything. But episode 60, that's a lot of information to cover, and we are dedicated to you for 90 days. So we got 30 more to go.
Yeah. So with that in mind, we talked about 2-week turnaround. Yesterday we talked about the rule of 5. I'm going to give you a quick recap on the rule of 5.
I love him.
Give a quick recap on the rule of 5. Number 1, be a product of the product. Okay, good, better, best. Remember we talked about that. If you don't remember, hopefully you watched the replay. Number 2, prospecting. There's social media prospecting, and then there's the belly-to-belly, face-to-face prospecting. Okay, ultimately they will lead into number 3, which is the follow-up. After that, you know, the follow-up is pretty much the same for either way that you're prospecting. It ends up in the same place. Following up is nothing more than education. Education is nothing more than posting in your product page. Right? So this is a really quick overview and review of what we talked about yesterday. Number 4 is the teaching people about the products. Again, if you're following up, you know, at a regular pace with the people that you put in your product page, you're going to be teaching people about the products. But that's something you will do consistently throughout the day. You're going to fit it in the pockets of your life, because this product page is your storefront. We're going to get into that a little bit more here in a minute. And then number 5, teach people about the business. Now, the way we have it set up is we have the product page, and then we have a business page, and we keep them separate for a reason, because business page is just what that is. We go over business techniques, we go over motivation, we go over mindset, we go over, you know,
better late than never. So welcome.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't worry. We're gonna, guys. The reason we're just doing a real quick recap is because we want to make sure that leaders, and I'm talking to you because if you want to be and step into your own leadership, that's why you're watching us. You want to get better. We all want to get better and fine tune and tweak things along the way. Is that stop being lazy in your language. Okay, Jim Rohn says just stop being lazy in your language, because this is where miscommunication happens, especially in a technological world. We do a lot of texting, a lot of private messaging, and people can't hear the undertones through a text, and then things get misinformed and miscommunicated, and things happen. Okay, so it's really important. Stop being lazy in language, and I'm going to give you a tip. Paul and I are going to give you a tip to help you increase your communication skills. Okay.
So remember, I just said a little bit ago that, you know, we want to start working on making sure that the message that we're giving to people, be it in person or through a text or through a video or through any mode of communication, we want to make sure that the message that you are sending them is the message that they receive. Now, what does that mean? You have a specific intention behind the message, right? You're trying to get a point across. You're trying to communicate a specific point or message. But you can't control the way somebody receives your message. The only thing that you can control is that you understand that they receive the message that you're sending them. If for some reason they don't, if for some reason, like she said, you can't see the passion, you can't tell the undertones of the text, you don't know the attitude of the person sending the message necessarily every time.
And some of y'all get offended by that. Remember, leave emotion out of this.
Yeah.
A lot of you blues and whites get really offended, and then you reds will come across very overbearing, especially through a text, and things get miscommunicated. So be really careful at this point. And Kayla, I'll answer your question. Hang on.
So real quick, just to wrap up this point, I had an interaction with somebody I really respect yesterday, and the interaction, first it came across like, okay, maybe I'm doing something wrong, and I kind of felt a little bit let down, like, wow, I don't, I didn't expect that. But then I decided to go into it with no emotion and just start communicating again and find out, okay, well, what can I learn from this? Maybe, maybe it's on me because the leaders go first. How can I come out of this in a way where, I still have that same rapport with this person?
He's being a little vague, but I want to give a little bit more information. We received a message from somebody, and if we hadn't put emotion into reading that message, both of us would have gotten very offended.
Yeah.
Okay, so his intention was not to disrespect us.
Not at all.
And you need to be really careful when you read something. What is their intention behind it? But then again, he should have been really careful how he responded or how he interacted with us. So Paul did very good in letting the emotion out and go, okay, what was this message really about?
It's a two-way street, of course, but us being the leaders, we want to make sure that the message that we're sending is the message that they receive.
Good point.
Just keep that in mind when you're communicating. Do not be lazy in language, and do not assume that they know all the thoughts that are going on through your head with the short little piece of information you just gave them in the form of a message. So, there's a certain degree of responsibility that you need to take when communicating with other people, and I think we all know this. It's just a good reminder because it's easy to forget.
So Kayla had mentioned, I think it was Kayla, had asked a question just a few minutes ago about using the tool. Is that one way that we can communicate so we're not lazy in language? It can be, because a lot of times it looks like you're being impersonal and you're just like shoving people away. So be really, really careful. So if somebody asks me a question, I'm going to give them a very short answer in my own words and then attach a tool. Now be really careful, Reds, because I'm guilty of this in the beginning, and I had to learn. When somebody asks me a question, I always say, great question, Carrie, or great question, Kayla. Let me tell you what's kind of going on. So I always have a nice little introduction like, hi, Kayla, great question, and then I'll answer and attach a tool. So don't just be really quick to give an answer and move on, especially if it's a brand new person you've never had a relationship with before, and even with your own team members, just be really careful and just add a nice introduction. Hi, such and such, great question, and then begin to give your own answer in a short way and then attach a tool.
Yeah.
Do you see how a little bit more loving that is rather than just attaching the tool and move on? That's so impersonal and a little bit,
Yeah, you want to acknowledge them, and you want to let them know that, because when people start on something new, a lot of people think that their question is a stupid question. So for them to even ask took a little bit of for them a little risk to step out.
Perfect, Kayla. Yes, you can do that too. Also, leaders, stop relying so much on two-dimensional communication and now start implementing three-dimensional communication. And what in the world does that mean? Well, most of us have a smartphone, and if you don't have a smartphone, it might be a time to invest. We are in 2015, going into 2016, and these smartphones are so great at building your business. If you have the iPhone or Samsung or whatever, you have a little video capability where you can send people either a video chat or a voice chat. So much more effective than just a simple two-dimensional boring text. Okay? So nervous, got to do it though. Don't be nervous. Don't be nervous. You can practice with me, Kayla.
Do you know what nervousness is? It's just excitement without breathing. So if you're nervous, start to breathe, and it'll turn into excitement. Just a little quick change.
But it makes communication and connection so much more real, especially, because this is a belly-to-belly business, right? We talked about that, but with us implementing new 2.0 business methods, the closest you can get to belly-to-belly, especially if you've got an out-of-town team, out-of-country team like we do, we use a lot of the video communication on the phone, and also Facebook has a tremendous way where you can add a 15-second video chat. And that's what
best thing ever.
Carly Clower and I were doing and Paul yesterday, and it was so much fun because I didn't even know who she was. And when she saw Paul and I, because she asked us a question, boring text. Not that her message was boring, but it was just a boring text. I didn't know who she was, but me and Paul responded back to her in a video chat, and then she video chatted back to us. So it was so much more fun, and I connected with her, and I felt like she was right there with me. Does that make sense? So a little tip for you. With Facebook, if you are in your private chat, Facebook will allow you 15 seconds, and 15 seconds only, where if you're on the video, the Facebook app, you can hold down and do a quick video for 15 seconds and then let go. Or you can save a video straight directly to your phone for 90 seconds and then send the link in a private message through the chat.
It can't be more than 90 seconds. Facebook won't allow that to go through your phone.
You get a minute and a half if you save your video on your phone, or you can do a direct video chat straight from Facebook, and they allow you 15 seconds. So play around with that. But if you will add a little bit more three-dimensional communication with your prospects, I promise it will shift your business. Paul and I also teach about the 14-day talk, and we do the 14-day talk via video.
Oh yeah, we're going to do the whole 14-day talk for you here probably tomorrow or maybe the next day. But
so we'll teach you how to do that.
Yeah.
So especially when you want to follow up with somebody via a private message or a text, instead add a voice chat or a video chat is actually much more better, so they can see your passion and none words get misconstrued and they don't think that you're trying to sell to them. You can have passion, and the great thing about being a leader is that we are master inviters. So we have an amazing event coming up on September 3rd at Jill Bowman's gym, and wouldn't it be awesome if we invited our loved ones via video chat? Instead of, hey, can you come out to this event, through a boring text, invite people through a three-dimensional communication way, and it'll be so much more effective. They'll actually, you'll increase the rates of them actually showing up and communicating back with you.
No, okay. in the beginning, it could be a little bit messy, and that's okay. For example, there were times where we started doing these messages, and we thought there was a 15-second message, and then it got cut off, and we had like another 15 seconds to go.
So somebody asked about a 14-day talk with Tracy. Just go to go to YouTube and search Tracy O'Malley 14-day talk.
Yeah.
YouTube 14-day talk.
Yeah, so you guys can get a heads up on that right away if you want to go YouTube that. We'll go in depth into that tomorrow as well. So.
Okay, so I know it's really scary, especially for the blues and the whites. They're going, oh my God, I'm going to sound crazy, I'm going to look crazy. Remember, take the eyes off of you, okay? We've got to shift from taking the focus off of us. If you're having issues with sound, you think that you sound funny, you look funny, or you're not worthy enough. Paul and I talk about core wounds. What's kind of going on inside you and inside your head to make you feel that you're not worthy enough to just send a quick, loving message to somebody, adding value to their life? Because we are just master inviters. That's all we're doing. We want to invite them to an event. Maybe you want to invite them into your product page. You want to invite them to something, to take a look at an opportunity. But you're going to be master inviters, and the best way to do that is through a three-dimensional type communication.
You know why this is good? This is equivalent to sending a thank you note through the mail. Nobody does it anymore.
Yeah.
And no one does this mode of communication with just simple little messages. Hey, we're having a meeting on such and such date. It'd be great for you to come out. No one does that. They just send texts and then off they go. But it being that it's so much more personal, mentioning their name in the message while you're talking to them, it becomes something different for the person receiving the message. So, keep that in mind. You can't get it wrong.
Well, you can also compare this to a conference call on the telephone versus Periscope, watching us train you live. So you can see our face, you can see our smiles, you can see me squeeze them, and we're real people. We're right here with you in your living room. It's so much more live. Does that make sense? It makes you come alive.
Either your living room or your bathroom. It's weird. No, just kidding. Here we go.
All right, so many of you had questions about the product page. What is the product page? And we're going to give you some tips. So many of you probably already have a product page. Great. Maybe we can fine tune and tweak a few things, because some of you who are already in a product page may not be utilizing it in the most effective way. And if you do not have a product page and you're kind of confused about, I think someone messaged me yesterday that they had a transformation page and a product page, and do they need to combine the two, and all these kind of pages. you should just have 2 pages and 2 pages only. Okay?
Yeah. Angela, this is for you.
Who?
So,
Angela?
Angela. So
the top part is just use less 2-dimensional texting and increase your 3-dimensional videos. So when you're talking about a product page, please make sure that it's high energy and it's fast. It's fast paced. So the leaders, you need to step up in your posting in the product page. I can post anywhere from 15, 20 times a day. Jill is 30 times a day or more. And we've got other team leaders that are posting all day long in the product page. Or it looks like it's all day long, but we're just kind of intertwine it and fit it in the pockets of our life. Okay? Is there any way to watch old videos after they... Okay, guys, we just already answered that. Okay, so Periscope's only 24 hours. Okay, so you got to get on and get off.
yeah, we don't record them. So
Happy and positive. So please, all the yellows, you are amazing in the product page because you add so much life, happiness, and fun in the product pages. So please step up if you're a yellow. We need your positive, amazing energy. Educational. You're going to teach about the products. You're going to teach about some science behind the, behind the products. Reds are really good at this. Please be inspirational and motivate and encourage in your product page. It's really important that you step up and be a cheerleader and root people on.
And being inspirational in the product page is specific to your mission at hand. So, just throwing up a quote, that's okay, but throwing up a quote and relating it to the journey that these people are going on, their health journey, something that they're going to experience, putting your own verbiage in there, putting your own words with this particular quote would be much more helpful because it's coming from your heart, and then also you have the quote to kind of back it up and get people's attention.
Yeah, so you can be inspirational as a post, like posting something inspirational, and you can also be inspirational by helping people along the way within the comments section. Okay, so you got 2 jobs. You've got posting and commenting, being inspirational. Please keep your product page to your own team. And this is where it gets a little wonky for most people because they are getting confused on my own team, especially when you've got, you're brand new or you started your own product page. Let me give you an analogy here because Jill Bowman has about 40,000 people in her organization, and there's about, I don't know how many there's like 32,000, 33,000 people in her product page. It's all her team. It's all her organization. And since I'm in her organization, this is considered our team page or our product page. I wouldn't add somebody from a different, platinum into this group. Does that make sense?
Real quick, guys, yes, this product page we're talking about is Facebook based. So it is all on Facebook.
Okay, so people are calling it team page, group page. Let's just all use the same verbiage. It's called a product page because this is where you're teaching about the products. Okay, when should you start your own product page?
Okay, if you have an upline with a product page and you are part of one that is moving and shaking and high energy, you never start your own product page. If you don't have anybody above you that has done anything like this ever at all, and nothing is happening there, then it's going to be on you to create it.
Okay, so I want to re-emphasize this. So Jill Bowman has her own group called XHP. Tracy O'Malley has Strive for Change. Tanya Kirkpatrick has Free to Be. I'm not jumping into each one of these. Okay, I'm not financially connected to Tanya Kirkpatrick or Tracy O'Malley. I'm in Jill Bowman's and I'm staying in that one. You're going to have to make the decision if you have access to 3 or 4 different ones. You need your energy and your team and your prospects. And your team prospects need to be in one page. It's very important. And energy is really crucial at this time that you keep the energy contained. Don't be going over here and over there and over there, spreading your energy all over the place, okay? In addition, oh man, there was something I was going to say. Oh, if you already have a fast energy, high energy page, please, for the love of God, I've said this like 27 times, please don't start a slow page. Reds tend to do this in terms of they want control and they want to contain their own little team and take everybody out of the high energy page and start a slow page. Don't do this. This will totally disrupt the energy. If just don't reinvent the wheel. Something's already built for you. If your leaders above you have already done that for you, then everybody must stay in there, okay? The product page, as Paul told us, a great way I think that he explained it, is that this is our storefront. Do you want to go talk about that?
Absolutely. So, thinking about your product page as the storefront of your business is essential, because this is where all your customers or prospective customers are coming to view what you have as a solution for them. It's equivalent to going in any store. They would do the same thing. They would look at the products. They would become educated by reading the information or the people in that store. They would also get the support from the people in that store. And then also beyond that, they would get the knowledge they need to get started properly on the right systems and products that would work best for them. So if you think about it as your storefront, now there are close to 33,000 people in the product page that we use that was built by Jill. But she told us from day one that this is not her product page, it is our product page. So anyone that jumps on board into that page, that is now your storefront. This is not our storefront, it's not Jill's storefront. It is, but in addition to, it is also your storefront, so you should treat it as such.
So when I'm prospecting somebody, I would love to add you to my support page.
Yeah.
Okay. It gives you more credibility if you say my support page. Well, because it is. It's your product page.
Mm-hmm.
Please protect your product page. All leaders need to step up and have eyes. Watch for negativity. Watch for poaching. No poaching allowed. Protect it. Do not add your website at all, web link or anything connected to you. This needs to be benign, and you collectively as one team need to be helping each other within the product page. So no poaching allowed, and all leaders need to be protecting the group.
Also, as far as the protection, making sure that the information out there in the product page is accurate. People can make up anything that they want and post it. For the most part, if you have a product page and you're adding your prospects to it, and then they jump on board with you and you're doing the right things, they're going to see that. They're going to duplicate it. They're not going to start making stuff up. If you're using the tools, they'll use the tools. If you're motivating and educating in a certain way, they will also motivate and educate in a certain way. So it'll be duplicated.
Okay, so let's kind of just recap real quick on what poaching means. So, for instance, everybody is freely to ask questions in there, and brand new prospects that are just trying to get educated and learn may post and ask a question or say, I'm ready to get started, but I don't know how. And you need to be directing them back to the person that added them to the page. And there's an easy way to do that by just clicking on members and then typing in the person's name, and you can see who added them in. So please refer the person back to the person that added them, because if somebody posts, I want to get started, and somebody else tries to enroll them, that is called poaching. You're stealing that individual. We want to be completely compliant, and we want to have integrity and refer the prospect back to the original person that added them to the group. Okay, It's all about integrity, guys.
And it's not tolerated in the page that we're in.
It's not.
If we see it at all, they're the comments and those interactions are immediately deleted, and then they are private messaged by one of the admins, and it is addressed that is not allowed. You can still stay on the page, but that is unacceptable, and that's not going to happen again.
And hopefully another leader can chime in on this. We don't prefer selling in the product page either, and what I mean by that is if you have an associate that no longer wants to be with your company and they're trying to sell the rest of their products for whatever reason, that's not allowed either, to sell products at a lower price in the product page. None of that.
Not.
Okay, so you need to address that also with the unhappy customer, if you will, for whatever reason.
So the product page that we are part of is called Extremely Happy People. There are a few other big ones out there that are all part of Jill's team, actually. I don't know of any other ones, to be honest with you. But there's...
I'd not give people a name, but...
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine.
So usually the Platinums and some of the other high executives have their own product page, okay? Please be persistent and consistent in the product page. This is where everybody messes up.
So important.
Leaders, if you want to have a big business, this is where you mess up. You'll post once a day, once a week, or you'll come in and then you'll leave. You're so inconsistent with it. All your prospects want to know that you are an amazing health coach or whatever company that you represent. They want to know that you are the go-to person and they can rely on you. And the only way they can rely on you and you can earn their trust and build trust with them is if you were persistent and consistent. Kayla told us the other day that she could immediately tell when she was brand new, she was a prospect and came into our page, she knew who the leaders were because they were the ones that were engaging most of the time and posting and educating and teaching in the product page. So please be consistent and persistent with this aspect of your product page. Some of you want to dip in and dip out and we'll never see you again. We won't see you for 2 weeks and then...
That's not going to work.
That's not going to work.
We just got done telling you, this is now your storefront. Who needs to be in your store more than you? Nobody. You do.
The last one is you can run contests in there. And leaders, again, you must post. You know, making Tracy O'Malley and Tanya Kirkpatrick and Jill do all the work is not fair. Plus, remember, we go into the Facebook algorithm, and you can change the Facebook algorithm by simply posting. Because when you post as the leader, your prospects get a notification on their phone. And how great is that? Because then they'll see the notification and go back into the page. And that's where you want them to come back to the page so they can kind of scroll through and see amazing before and after transformations and read about amazing health transformations and just get really inspired and educated again. So bring them back into the product page. And you can only do that is if you post, because you're teaching and you're educating and you're inspiring in there. Can you provide an example of a contest you might run? Well, depending on how big the page is, Jill, for instance, is one of our 13-star platinum, so she's able to run some amazing contests and things in our product page. So maybe she may run, you know, a July summer body transformation, and the person with the best body transformation may win whatever contest, whatever, you know, you can afford at the time.
Yeah, like a weight loss challenge for 30 days.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
She runs, you know, free box of E+Shots for people who post in a comment, or she'll post free, you know, free E+Shots, and then people will comment, I want it, I want it, I want it, whatever, and then she'll pick a random person. She'll put some names into a cute basket and then pull out a name. Mm-hmm. So any kind of, you know, contest that you want to run. I think there was another question. What other questions do you guys have about the product page?
Because this is going to be your storefront, guys, for the next 90 days. You know, you're going to be utilizing it and then beyond. Oh, so that's also another one. So the contest can be really anything. You know, there was a contest that was run. Who will guess the date when we are at 30,000 people in our particular product page?
Oh, that was Gloria.
Yeah.
Was that Gloria who won?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, you know, so those are those kind of things. I mean, it doesn't have to be related to anything significant, or it can be significant, mm-hmm. like a weight loss challenge. So it's just, you know, making it fun. You know, making it fun is important. I know that...
oh, she didn't win.
Oh, you didn't win. Oh, but you remember the contest. Okay.
I remember Tracy O'Malley used to have amazing... it was very emotional. It was very freeing and liberating. She would help people, you know, write down and get rid of, because, you know, when we're in our company, we detox, or we have like these nutritional cleanse, and although we're physically cleansing our body, you also want to cleanse the spirit and the mind. So she would have these amazing, I don't know if it was really a contest, but these things that she would offer her members to really write things down and release a lot of the stuff, the junk that's inside you, and how freeing and liberating that would be. Mm-hmm. And she would spend time and read them all. It was really powerful. So there's so many things that you can do within these product pages. Yeah, exactly. So, beautiful. Yeah, these product pages can really truly change your life, and they are, you know, 24/7, 365 days out of the year. It's just constant education and motivation, and, you know, people who fail diets or who fail these life transformation type you know, body transformations, they fail because they don't have the support, they don't have the community, and that's what this product page is for. It's not just about throwing out product information. It's truly about a loving community, all supporting and helping one another get to the next level.
Yeah, creating a sense of accountability, creating a sense of, I have a team behind me.
I've got a family behind me.
That are, you know,
yes, before and after pics, yes.
Wanting me to succeed. You know, so everybody's kind of doing it together, even if they're not doing it together, you know. So. Can
you run a contest if you're not an admin? I guess you can, but, you know, if you want to...
But it definitely lands on you. If you want to call out a contest, be sure to be able to, you know, put out the prize, because it's going to be on you.
So, Hope that kind of helps. We're going to wrap this up. It's a beautiful Wednesday. We've got to get to the gym. Are you an admin, Lynette? Yes, I am. So usually the admins can remove people. So if there is negativity or any type of toxic behavior that's in the product page, just contact one of the admins and they'll remove them immediately.
A question in there, do you guys add new prospects to the product page?
Yes.
We absolutely do, and we're going to talk about, this is kind of the format and the structure of a product page. This is not how we use it, okay, in a prospecting following up sense. We're going to get into that specifically, and welcoming people into the product page is part of creating a follow-up scenario, and we'll go ahead and get into that a little bit later in the week, but that's a great question. Just keep it in mind, and we will cover that. Okay?
This is my personal opinion. I don't like secret ninjing people in. That means you just have your random friends and just put them in this product page without some type of communication or rapport or relationship with them, and then asking for their permission. Because look, this is my personal opinion. If someone adds me to another page, it's going to infuriate me. It's so annoying how many product pages I'm being added to, or other network marketing pages, without getting my permission. And I'd be so much more apt to support you if you just sent me a message and just say, hey, I would love to get your opinion. Can I add you to my product page, or whatever it is? So be mindful of that. People get really angry and you don't want to upset anybody. So that's my personal opinion. Just get a rapport with somebody and just say, I have a great support page. I would love to add you in there if that's okay.
Guys, it's important because you guys have something that is worth them checking out. And if you ninja them in there, you basically add them without telling them about it, and they're like, hey, what is this? They could think that it's just like any other page out there, when in fact it's completely different than any other page out there, because this is your storefront. You're presenting them with the information, the motivation and the inspiration and the education about your products.
Yes, I do know that some of the leaders do that. So you're going to have to just kind of make your own, follow your own intuition. I'm not saying that it doesn't work. It just hasn't been effective for me, nor have I seen it been effective in my product page. I see people getting really irritated with that.
Real quick on that point, again, guys, what we talk about, we know has worked for us. The other things that we say don't necessarily work for us, but work for other people, it doesn't mean that they're wrong. It just means that we don't do them because they're not right for us. There are multiple right ways to do something, and you want to find the one that fits you the best. We're just giving you a different option.
Look, remember the rules of the game is to be like water. Paul and I don't put everything in a box that it has to be this way, so please always refer back to your leader and see what works for them, and please follow them. But if something is not working for you, then maybe you need to kind of tweak a few things and just say, let me just try Lynette and Paul's approach or another leader's approach and see if that kind of works for me, and make that assessment. But you'll know if it works for you because it feels right. It feels right for you. It doesn't feel like it's awkward.
Yeah. It doesn't matter what works, it just matters what works for you.
And not only does it not only work, but is it duplicatable?
Yeah, absolutely.
So for Paul and I, we like to give a nice warm welcome, so we have a platform so I can follow up in the comment section of the original welcome post, because this is where I'm using the tools, I'm using the videos. I can add a getting started video or a why isogenics video, whatever company that you represent, they should provide you with a video or some type of tool that you can add in the comment section. That's why I don't like silent ninjing people in.
So we'll give you much more information on how we utilize the product page, from taking a prospect to adding them in, and what do you do after that? How do you kind of walk them through your store? So we'll go into that in fairly good detail in the future. Yep. So we're going to wrap it up today. If you didn't have a product page, that should give you a nice structure on how to create one. But definitely don't create one if there's already one that you have access to. Yep. And if you don't know if you have access to it, just go ahead and ask the people kind of above you on your team to see if that's even available to you.
So somebody asked real quick before we get off, how do you attach a tool or a video in the comment section? This takes a little bit of YouTube savviness if you know how to work your iPhone or on your computer, but you can just go to YouTube, and in our case, our company has an Isogenics channel having so many various different videos. I'm going to choose a video that would give a nice, warm, fuzzy, warm feeling, emotional, great painting a great picture of my company, and I usually use with something that's called Why Isogenics or Isogenics Difference, because it shows a beautiful compilation of of people, some music, and it's because you always want to evoke emotion, right? So when you add somebody to a product page, I know I'm kind of going around in a circle here, but when you add somebody to a product page, it's very two-dimensional, it's very one way. You can't see the full culture of my company with just the product page. But if I add a tool or a video in the comment section by simply copying and pasting a link from YouTube straight into the welcome post in the comment section, then they can see a different angle of my company. It's a beautiful addition, if you will, because you're evoking emotion. There's colors, there's music, because people make a decision based on emotion, and you want to hit all emotions.
Think about it as a plate of food. You've got the plate of food. That's your entire product page. Now it's time to add the spices.
So I can smell it.
Those are the comments that you put in there. Those are the videos that you use. It's going to give them a different dimension, different flavors. So.
See you later.
Oh,
bye,
awesome.
Gloria. First workout. Go. Okay, so we'll wrap this up. If you have any other, why do you guys think of the FTC compliance?
Shutting down VEMA. We're not really. We're aware of many things in the industry, but we're just focused on our company and where we're going. So, as you should be, we put the blinders on for a reason, because there's so many distractions out there. Great question. It's just we don't necessarily have time to get into it today. So,
thanks for being on.
Yeah.
So as always, want to add value to your life. So hopefully you can take some of these tips and add them to your business, whether it's a traditional business, a franchise, or a network marketing business. And as always, we want nothing more than for you to live the most extraordinary life. Show me my wife. It's your cue.
Oh.
We want nothing more
I was
than
reading
for
the comments.
you to live the most extraordinary life. He totally messed this up.
Always free from physical and financial
But
pain.
join us on our mission.
Because it's a stone cold fact.
We do. We've got a better way. Now let's go tell the world. We love you guys.
See you guys. Wow, I am